Hi, and welcome to this edition of Week in Review. I'm Hannah Luttrell.
And I'm Gana Mana.
And we're coming to you today from Studio One, which is where most of the productions on LLBN His Word take place, right here from this set. It's actually a Friday afternoon, but you're probably watching this on Sabbath, so happy Sabbath and hope you are being blessed. Gana, what do we have in store for our viewers today?
Well, we wanted to keep our viewers informed about the variety of great programs that takes place here from the studio. And we want to give them a little sneak preview, some of the things that you might be watching or you might be missing. So we're going to give you a little sneak previews of number clips from different programs. To start with, let's listen to Dan Smith as he gives a short testimony during one of his programs and also to the Instagram audience that I publish.
Okay, let's roll it.
I was looking at the newspaper this week, and here was a headline that said, "God, what did we do to you?" And they were mad about the weather down in the south somewhere, and the idea was, God must be punishing us. What did we do? And now God says, okay, I will hurl down tornadoes and destroy buildings. Where do we get the picture of God like that? And where do we get our equal time to say, no, God is not like that. He does not sit down and look at people who are disobeying him in some way and say, okay, I'm going to punish them with tornadoes and tsunamis and earthquakes and snowstorms. That is not the way God is. God is a God of life and love and goodness, and that's all he ever is. And so we want our equal time. So here's my equal time. God is not like that. He is only good.
And we all know how full of energy Pastor Dan Smith throughout all his programs. As we still air the classical programs, Flame of Truth. He also hosts another program.
The latest one he's been on is GPS, God's Prophetic Surprises, which is an exploration of the book of Revelation. And we heard from a lot of you how much you're enjoying that series with Pastor Dan Smith, Dr. John Pauline, Dr. Sivka Tonstad, Pastor Sarah Kalan, and many other great people they have on that program. So don't miss it, GPS. Check out the times on our website, on our schedule. Give us a call and find out when that airs.
That's right. And then we also have Searching for Answers, hosted by Dr. John Jones. He's been completely committed to this program. Let's see what he has to say when we just had him talk to the camera for about 30 seconds.
Okay.
It's such a pleasure and such an honor and so interesting to be part of LLBN TV, and particularly the program called Searching for Answers, where we dig into the Word of God to understand what it meant and what it means still for us today. No matter where we go in this world, the other side of the world even, we run into people who see this program and tell us that they're praying for us. This is our chance to tell you, viewers, we're praying for you too.
And thank you, Dr. Jones, for your continued commitment to the ministry of LLBN and the family of LLBN throughout the world. Then we have next Marc Anthony, Chef Marc Anthony, who was a guest on Christian Connections because his involvement with...
He hosts a program on Smart Lifestyle TV that you may have caught, The Whole Message. It airs every week here on LLBN Smart Lifestyle.
Hi, Marc Anthony here, encouraging you to read more, study more, pray more, spend more time on your knees. Let me tell you, 15 minutes a day on your knees, that is 1% of your day. And if you will just start spending 1% of your day with Christ, he'll change your life.
You know, we're really blessed to have some great musical talent on Christian Connections. And here's some more clips from some previous shows. Speaking of Christian Connections, this next musical clip comes from this week's episode of Christian Connections. So if you haven't caught it, we'll catch it Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. But we had the whole Wareham family with us, and now it's a musical clip from Dr. Gerald and Mrs. Dorothy Wareham.
This is Dorothy and Gerald Wareham, and we're going to share a piece. He's got the whole world in his hand.
Next, we have another clip from Dr. Bernard Taylor, who you'll see regularly on Searching for Answers.
When you look at this program, you see that we are there. The camera is focused on us so that you can see it. What you can't see is all the volunteers that are behind the camera. What you don't know is that the general manager, Gana Mana, is the one who is here with us. He's dropped down to see how it's going. And there are all the volunteers, audio, video, and all of these different locations. I've had the privilege of being associated with LLBN from the beginning. And now it has gone so far and wide. We're delighted that you're able to share in this program.
Well, I tried to get Dr. Taylor to give us a spiritual message, but he insisted to highlight the power of volunteering here at LLBN, because in reality, that's how we built this ministry.
That's right.
And Dr. Taylor was one of the early partners with us in this ministry. When we started the ministry, actually even before starting the ministry, Dr. Taylor was there on many capacities and walked with us the walk to bring LLBN to where it's at. So thank you, Dr. Taylor, for your good words about the volunteers. And speaking of volunteers, to keep this ministry going, we often talk about the need for prayers and money, but we also have the need for your energy. Listen, age is not a factor around here. We have folks from 14 years old all the way up to 90 plus. There's all kind of tasks, that is technical, software, accounting, stuffing envelopes, cleaning the studios, organizing things. So believe me, there is enough for everyone here to stay busy. And every time you hear about us, we need volunteers. And you may think we have plenty of volunteers. No, we don't, because we run a 24/7 operation, and almost every day we need a handful of volunteers to do different tasks for every different channel. So please call the number on the screen, reach out to us, or fill out an application online. Probably the easiest, call the toll-free number, and tell our operators that you would like to be involved with LLBN. And Hannah, I think we look for people with technical skills. If you know how to use a cell phone very well, that means you can adapt to our technologies very easily.
Yeah, a lot of our volunteers come in with no previous background, but we're able to train them and find something that suits you and your talent. So give us a call wherever you are, especially if you're local, whoever you are, give us a call.
So join us, be part of history, and let's change lives and bless nations. Hannah, you have some letters here today.
I do. My first one here is from Richard and Carol from right here in Loma Linda. And they write, "Greetings, folks. Just to note, to let you know that we appreciate all of your contributions. All of those days and nights, your programs have kept us on Sabbath and at night when we need the blessing of good news." Richard and Carol.
And then again, that was made possible not only by the gifts from our donors to stay on the air, but also by the energy of our volunteers here in Loma Linda.
That's right. You know, not everyone can give money. A lot of people can give time. So wherever your talents are, we need that. Another note here comes, from Riverside, from Linda, right here in Riverside, and she writes, "Dear LLBN team," and that includes all of you. "Thank you, and God bless you for the high-quality, inspirational programming. Sincerely, Linda." This next one here comes from Steve, also in Noma Linda, and he writes, "Dear LLBN leadership, may the good Lord continue to bless you all. We are praying for it. Sincerely, Steve and Helen." And thank you so much for those prayers. We would not be here were it not, again, for the prayers, the donations, and the time.
And these letters are tools of encouragement to our entire team and to many of our viewers also who appreciate hearing your comments here on LLBN.
That's right. The other one here comes all the way from Fort Myers in Florida, from Ermin. And she writes, "Enclosed is a check in memory of my husband, Simon. He enjoyed watching LLBN. He loved listening to Pastor Randy Roberts and enjoyed hearing the organ played by Mr. Kimo Smith. May God continue to bless your ministry. Sincerely, Ermin."
And God is blessing this ministry and blessing us as well as many viewers around the world in what, 8 channels, Hannah, through 8 channels?
8 channels, multiple languages.
How many languages would you say?
Oh, I think we're about 16.
16 languages.
Yeah, Southern Asia has a number of languages. And we're so glad, Ermin, that you've been blessed and that your husband was blessed. We're sorry for your loss, but thank you so much for continuing his memory and his legacy here in LLBN.
Well said. Well, you know, here at LLBN, we want to continue preaching Jesus.
That's
Times
right.
have changed, times are changing, and I tell you, the gospel have never changed. It's always been the same from the beginning till his second coming, and we want to continue through all the channels we have to continue the teaching of Jesus Christ and create an opportunity not only for the faithful to stay sustained through some programs, to be sustained in faith, but also to bring in new souls to the kingdom of Jesus. And imagine that the God of heaven had empowered us, gave us the power, you and us, to make that happen. Through LLBN broadcasting, we are changing lives. We are in 50 million homes. It's actually frightening to know we have this kind of a responsibility on us, but it's reality, and we need your help on all fronts: labor, prayers, letters. What else? Funding, gifts? What could they do with their money when they send it to LLBN? What would it do for them?
It'll give you a blessing. It definitely gives us a blessing to know that that money is being used to reach people around the world.
It'll give you, for every $100 you send, 1 hour around the world preaching the gospel of Jesus. It's like you going out doing the mission work yourself, but you're doing it virtually through the ministry of LLBN. It's really exciting times we're living in. We don't know when the heavens will open up and Jesus will return. But I tell you, we got a job to continue doing until that return.
Day. That's right.
Thank you for being with us, folks. We really, really feel blessed by this ministry of LLBN, and we thank you for your continued support. And stay tuned for a lot more programming here on LLBN. What is it called? His Word.
Oh, His Word, His Light, whichever channel they're on. Keep it on, and we'll continue to bless you through God's power.
Let's see.
We'll see you next time on Week in Review.